Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to the insights that will really matter. Today, we're looking at something pretty big, a shift that's really set to change how you shop. Forever, maybe forget just getting product recommendations based on, what you bought last time. We're talking about AI that's reshaping the whole act of shopping, making it more intuitive, really personalized, and even kind of proactive. So, yeah, our deep dive today, it's all about how artificial intelligence is fundamentally transforming retail and e-commerce, moving us towards a future where shopping feels less like a chore, less transactional, and much more like a tailored, almost like predictive experience.
Exactly. And that's the goal here. We're not just listing features. We're digging into how these, frankly, fascinating recent developments are changing how we behave as consumers and the business models, too. We'll look at everything from these agentic checkout systems, things that literally act for you, to new visual search tools shopping with your camera, basically.
Yeah.
And even AI helping with huge, complex things, like planning a wedding. The key idea is how AI is moving beyond just suggesting things to actually acting on your behalf, doing stuff for you in the digital world.
Right. So, our mission is to unpack these innovations, help you understand what they actually mean for your future shopping. Consider this your shortcut to getting up to speed on a really exciting, fast moving field. Let's jump right in.
Okay, let's kick off with something that, it sounds like pure sci-fi at first blush. Agentic AI in e-commerce. Think about that. An AI not just showing you products, but actively helping you, complete the purchase, managing the whole thing. It's a pretty big leap from what most of us think of AI doing in shopping right now. It really is. For listeners who follow AI's evolution, agentic AI is that next step. It's not just a smarter algorithm guessing your next buy or a chatbot handling a simple question. No. Think of it more like um, your personal shopping assistant, but way more capable. It's a sophisticated AI system trained to understand a complex request, like multiple steps, reason through the options, compare things, and then actually execute the transaction.
For you, without you needing to click every single button. This ability to reason and then act. That's why people are calling it the latest battleground for AI dominance in e-commerce. It promises so much streamlining.
And the big players are definitely not waiting around. Tech, finance, they're diving in headfirst. We're seeing giants like MasterCard, Visa, Google, all pushing out their own versions of this agentic checkout thing just back in April and May 2025. So very recently, MasterCard brought out Agent Pay, Visa launched Intelligent Commerce, and Google announced plans for its agentic checkout coming soon. Even OpenAI, the ChatGPT folks, they're reportedly building checkout right into the chat interface. So yeah, it's not just a little trend, it's strategic. Everyone wants a piece of this new automated commerce pie.
And PayPal's angle is interesting. They seem to be focusing on building the foundations for developers. They get that this needs a solid, open ecosystem to work. So they've put out this agent toolkit. It gives developers open, interoperable tools for things like order creation, invoicing, shipping, the nuts and bolts. But the crucial part, they say, is they've seriously upgraded their own back-end infrastructure, the systems built over decades, specifically to handle what they call the heavier event volume of AI-driven transactions, which means not just more transactions, but more complex ones. Multi-step things started by an AI agent. That focus on the back-end muscle. That's what lets developers build these production-ready, agent-powered experiences with confidence. They need to trust the agent can actually do the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I saw a quote from Dave Anderson. He's VP of Product Marketing at Content Square. He said, "This moment is like the dawn of a whole new industry, much like when SEO and PPC first started."
Yeah, wow. That's a huge So it's not just new tech, it's like a fundamental shift in how e-commerce might work. Power dynamics changing. Kind of feels like it. It's moving towards this platform idea where the underlying plumbing for these AI agents, that becomes the super valuable part, like how operating systems were key in computing. And connecting that thought, Anderson's advice for the payment companies, the e-commerce platforms, it's pretty stark. He says the ones that position themselves as the infrastructure powering AI agents rather than competing against them will capture the most value.
Get out of the way and provide the rails, basically.
Exactly. Enable it, don't fight it. And Michelle Gill from PayPal, she echoed that too. She stressed that collaboration between everyone, payment providers, retailers, AI developers, is absolutely key. Not competition. It seems like the thinking is the market's big enough, but the way you succeed in it is changing.
Okay, strategically that clicks. But what about the actual retailers, especially, the smaller guys, mid-sized businesses? Does integrating this stuff mean a massive, expensive overhaul? Do they have to, rip out their whole current tech setup? That sounds terrifying for them.
Yeah, that's a totally fair worry. A big one. But Sherry Heyman, she's co-president of global partnerships at MasterCard. She tried to calm those fears. She specifically said retailers won't need to rip out their platforms. Phew.
Oh, good.
Instead, she's encouraging merchants to have an open mind, be willing to explore this new technology, lean in, and do the work to make their environment accessible.
Lean in. Okay, what does that actually mean for, say, a medium-sized online shop?
Well, likely it means things like adopting more open APIs, ways for different software to talk to each other easily, making sure their product info is structured well so AI agents can understand it, and just being ready to handle the new kinds of queries and transactions these agents will send their way. Imagine like a small boutique selling handmade jewelry online. They probably don't rebuild their whole site. They just make sure their current platform can talk nicely to these AI agents. Maybe add a specific connection point, an API endpoint, so the agent can check stock, maybe apply a special offer, process the payment securely. The benefit for them, wider reach maybe, and a smoother experience for customers using these agents without needing a massive tech project.
So, assuming this all happens, retailers lean in. What's the payoff for me, the consumer, you, the listener? What does it actually feel like when I'm shopping day to day?
Heyman from MasterCard pointed to a whole different level of time with consumer consent, personalization, and speed and efficiency. Huge emphasis on consent, though.
Right.
Picture this. You're planning a dinner party. Instead of spending an hour hopping between grocery apps, filling carts, comparing prices, your AI agent, with your permission, gets your request. Like, plan a Mediterranean dinner for 6 with wine delivered by 6 p.m. And it goes out, checks prices at your usual stores, maybe looks at nutritional stuff, finds coupons, and just does the whole order while you're doing something else.
Okay, that does sound pretty efficient.
But the key clarification, and I think this is really important to ease worries, Heyman said, we don't think that anytime soon that all transactions are going to be autonomous. Agents are going to go buy things without humans, without their consent or anything like that.
So it's not Skynet taking over your shopping cart.
Not at all. It's about empowerment, delegating tasks, not losing control. And Michelle Gill from PayPal added that for this agentic commerce to work, you need that open infrastructure we talked about, but also verified identity and seamless, secure payments. Trust and security are baked in as essential.
All right, so making the actual buying part smoother, more automated, that's definitely exciting. But let's be honest, sometimes the hardest part isn't paying. It's just finding the darn thing you want, especially if you don't quite know the right words to search for it. And this next area seems to tackle that directly, making finding stuff way more intuitive, almost human.
Exactly. And Amazon's really leaning into this with their new Lens Live, launched September 2nd, 2025. This isn't just like a basic search by image thing. It's way more dynamic. The core idea is pretty neat. You pan your phone camera across actual products, maybe in a store or at a friend's place, even in a magazine, and it instantly scans them and shows you real-time matches right there in a little swipeable carousel at the bottom of your screen.
Whoa, okay. So if I see a cool mug at a coffee shop,
Instead of trying to type, ceramic mug, matte gray, sort of curved handle, maybe 12 ounces.
which never works.
Right. Just point your phone and bam. Amazon shows you that exact mug or really close matches instantly. It's trying to make finding stuff as natural as just seeing it.
And it gets smarter than just matching the picture, right? It's not just visual recognition. Is there like an AI helper in there too to tell me more or refine the search, like a little shopping buddy?
Totally. They've integrated Rufus, that is Amazon's AI shopping assistant, right into Lens Live. It's all one experience. So while you're scanning stuff with the camera, you'll see suggested questions pop up about the items you're looking at. And they're context-aware questions, not just random, offering quick summaries, letting you do speedy research, quickly access key product insights, and get your questions answered right then and there.
Without leaving the camera view.
Exactly. You can tap an item to focus, add it straight to your cart, save it to a list, all while still looking through the camera. It's kind of like having a really knowledgeable shop assistant there with you, pointing things out, answering questions as you browse. Cuts down the friction a lot.
This ties into something broader I've been hearing about, this idea of ending robotalk in online shopping, finally getting back to interacting more like humans.
That really is the core shift, isn't it? For years, online shopping has kind of forced us to speak like machines. Think about it. All the clicking, navigating rigid menus, applying filters, size, color, brand. It works. It's efficient in a way. But it often loses those perks of in-person experiences, like real conversations and personalized recommendations. You lose the nuance.
Yeah, you don't walk into a store and click blue dresses. You talk to someone.
Exactly. You say, I need a dress for a wedding, maybe something flowy, blue or green.
Yeah.
That natural language, the context,
Yeah.
it's been missing online. But now, conversational AI Retail Brew and Bloomreach have talked about this. It's helping users shop with the right context, the right results, and yes, by talking like humans again. It's bringing that intuitive chat back into the digital space, letting us say what we mean and having the AI actually get it instead of us translating for the machine.
Okay, so AI smooths out buying, makes finding stuff easier, more human. But can it really handle the really big, complex, emotionally charged stuff like life's major purchases? Take wedding planning. It's personal, it's intricate, it often just swamps people with details. Turn checklist stress into Reddit bliss. I mean, that's a bold claim from David's Bridal. Anyone who's planned a wedding or just watched someone else do it knows the sheer overwhelm. Spreadsheets, seating charts. This feels like a whole different level of complexity for AI.
It absolutely is. And yeah, David's Bridal seems confident AI can handle that nuance. They launched their Pearl Planner back on August 19th, 2025. And they're calling it the first AI-powered planning tool designed for exactly that, turning the stress into something, well, blissful, or at least manageable. It aims to be this comprehensive, smart assistant for one of life's biggest projects, trying to make a typically stressful time more enjoyable.
And it's tackling a real pain point, isn't it? Those, 1.9 million U.S. couples planning weddings each year. So often they're just buried in spreadsheets, notes, endless browser tabs. Pearl Planner is meant to help with that steep learning curve, right? Navigating that massive to-do list.
That's the core idea, and it does it with some serious smarts. What's pretty striking is that it's a free tool, which, given wedding costs, is a big deal.
Wow, free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's trained on, get this, over 75 years of wedding expertise. Think about all the data David's Bridal has, trends, vendors, logistics, what works, what doesn't. It uses top-tier LLMs, those large language models, like behind ChatGPT, but combined with David's own custom architecture. Which means they've really tuned the AI specifically for the very specific world of weddings, all the data, the terminology, the process. So it does more than just organize. They say it understands and seamlessly adapts to planning styles, budget, timeline, location, and adjusts.
That sounds incredibly personalized, more than just generic checklists. Feeling understood during wedding planning would be huge. So what are some of the specific features that make it feel so tailored? How does it bring in that, emotional side?
Yeah, there are quite a few cool features that make it feel like a real partner. For example, there's a dynamic timeline. If you change your venue or push the date back or just decide to slow down planning, the AI automatically rejigs all the related tasks. No manual updating needed.
Oh, nice.
Then there's a style quiz and vision board. It uses a special quiz to help you figure out your wedding vibe. Bohemian, classic, modern, and then it recommends things based on that. Or you can just upload your own inspiration picks. Helps clarify the vision. You also get a smart task board, clear steps, adapts as you check things off, and curated recommendations, vendors, dresses, decor, specifically matched to your style and location. Cuts through the noise of endless searching. But maybe the most impressive part, where that emotional attunement comes in, is the Tuna 24/7 Pearl AI Assistant. It's a built-in chatbot, offers expert advice, suggests next steps, and can even draft messages to vendors for you. Oh, drafting vendor emails. That alone, right? Huge time and stress saver, chasing down quotes and availability. And for the wedding website, there's an AI wedding website builder, takes your vision board and instantly creates a styled, themed website. Plus, it helps manage bridesmaid tasks, has voting features for dresses, offers Shutterfly deals, connects with myregistry.com for gifts, and integrates directly with booking appointments at David's Bridal. So it's really end-to-end support.
Wow. It sounds like they genuinely considered the emotional roller coaster, too. Kelly Cook, David's Bridal CEO, she said something like, Pearl Planner is the wedding planning partner every bride deserves. Intelligent, intuitive, and emotionally attuned. That emotionally attuned part really stands out. Suggests it gets the stress and the joy.
It does, and Alina Vilk, the president and CBO there, she doubled down on that, calling it a trusted partner that brings clarity and confidence to the wedding planning journey. She highlighted how it creates a unique path for each couple, adjusts on the fly if plans change, and helps them plan smarter, stress less, and truly enjoy the process. Which is the dream, right?
Totally.
It's aiming to be more than a checklist, like a dynamic guide, a personal consultant.
Yeah.
They've even tied it into their loyalty program, David's Diamond Loyalty, so you earn points for discounts, maybe even a free honeymoon. And they're planning a Pearl Pro version for professional wedding planners, too. It really shows David's Bridal trying to shift from just being a retailer to becoming, as they put it, a wedding technology company, using AI to completely reinvent their role Hashtag, tag, outrag.
What an incredible journey through AI's impact today. Just
Right.
wow. We've seen this amazing range, haven't we? From making checkout almost invisible, super secure, hyper personalized with this agentic AI, to finding things incredibly intuitive, using your eyes with visual search, talking naturally with conversational AI, and then even tackling something as huge and personal as planning a wedding. The big theme running through it all: AI is moving more and more towards acting on our behalf, anticipating needs, making commerce just flow better.
Absolutely. And this massive shift is not just changing things for us, the consumers. It's shaking up the whole business side, too. Remember Dave Anderson from Content Square? He raised that really key question.
Hmm.
How will these AI firms actually, make money from all this, recoup their costs?
Right, the business model question.
He suggested they might end up taking commissions just like any marketplace, and that retailers might find themselves paying for better positioning and AI recommendations,
Oh.
similar to how they bid on Google today. Which points to a pretty significant potential change. The future of ads and making money in e-commerce, it might become less about banner ads and more about, well, influencing the AI agents that are shopping for us. Brands competing to be the AI's preferred choice. That ongoing evolution of the business model, not just the tech, that's definitely something to keep watching.
Which really leads to a final thought for you, our listener. As AI increasingly acts for us in shopping, as it mediates our choices, even makes purchases, what new skills might we need as consumers? How do we manage these AI agents effectively, make sure they really reflect our values, our actual preferences? And how does our relationship with brands change when these smart agents become the main go-between, often unseen, with the market? Definitely something to think about as we step further into this new era of retail, where shopping itself is clearly becoming something much broader.